Thank you both so much for sharing your time with the students of the Business 265 Capstone course. This is the final course before they move into their next career planning endeavor. Maybe they're looking to upskill in their current job position or enter a four-year institution. So we are looking at communication, but please introduce yourself, tell us where you work, and a little bit about the Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Amy Muniz. I'm the operations manager here at the Chamber.
And I'm Bob Williford, the president of the Henderson County Chamber.
Tell us a little bit about what the Chamber of Commerce is and what you all do.
Our mission is to build business for a stronger community.
Yes.
That's the basis of what we do. So we're going to provide those networking opportunities. We're going to advocate for businesses in Raleigh or DC.
We have a strategic plan with 5 major divisions.
Okay, and what are those?
One is workforce development.
Okay.
One is public policy, when we talked about communicating with legislators. There's community development, things like promoting the Acoustic Trail.
Apple Festival races.
Yes.
It's part of community development. Workforce development also includes, we have a Teacher of the Year reception coming up. We do a reception for all 23 Teachers of the Year, NC Scholars, record numbers this year. We're also, public policy, workforce, community development, business services, and business development. So we're doing a lot of things that help you improve your business, help your business grow, and then we're doing a lot of networking, a lot of one-on-one opportunities to talk about your business, allow other people to understand what your business is, and hopefully make those connections that lead to more locals doing business with each other.
So your customer base is extremely diverse. I see internal, I see external customers. So internal customers, correct me if I'm wrong, that would be the businesses that are members of the Chamber, your staff, young professionals, kind of that base.
Right.
But then you have those external customers. I hear tourism, so people coming to visit the area, legislators, and a variety of different things. Who do you serve?
But we serve the business community.
Okay.
And we tell people a lot of times we're essentially doing 2 things. One is we're helping those members be more successful. So we're providing the training, the networking opportunities, trade shows, whatever they want to do that helps them be more successful.
Awesome.
The other is they all live here, or have raised their children here, or are still raising their children here. So they want this not only to be a community where they can operate their business successfully, but where they want to live, where they want to put their kids in school, where they want to walk trails, and where they want to go drive on roads that are not congested. So half of it's services to those members, and the other half is building a community that supports all of us.
Perfect. How can students engage with the Chamber? What is your recommendation? What's the best way for them to get their foot in the door and start to kind of network with Chamber businesses?
We're perfect for business startups. We have a lot of opportunities for them to showcase their business, to get word out about their business. But yeah, for younger people, I would engage with the young professionals first.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything else about the Chamber that you guys want to share?
If you don't know what we're doing, you can follow us on socials. We're on Instagram, Henderson Co Chamber, or Young Professionals is just YP of HC. Both also have their own Facebook page and LinkedIn.
Awesome.
So we keep that pretty up to date, calendars up to date. It's the easiest way to figure out what we're doing.
Great. So let's talk about best practices with developing professional communication. In this course, we teach the 3x3 writing process, which is really that research and planning component, which all of us do in the professional environment prior to actually writing. Then you get your thoughts on the paper and you support it, so you write it. And then that last kind of peer review or review component before you send it. So whether you're writing an email, maybe you don't quite put in that email address yet until you're ready to send it. But let's talk about best practices with professional communication.
Well, I do think whenever I send an email that is pretty important, I don't do it all the time, but if I'm sending one that's pretty important, I'll have another staff member proof that.
Right.
Because when I write it, I know what I meant to say,
100%.
and I know what I was thinking. So if I proof it, it's going to say what I thought I meant to say.
Correct.
Which is not always true. And another staff member will look at it. Sometimes they'll catch typos that I would have read over. And I always ask them, does it make sense and do you understand what I'm asking? Because I know what I'm talking about, or at least I think I do. And that's what I put in the email. So sometimes when somebody else looks at it, they'll go, you could have been more clear here, or you made a jump from X to Y and you needed to connect that. So it's always good, especially if it's a critical piece, to have somebody look at it and make sure they understand it and it's clear what you're asking. And then they can also find the typos that you'll skip over because you were the one who wrote it and you know what you meant to say.
Right. And also, let's talk a little bit about audience and tone. So it's different when you're writing to maybe a legislative representative versus writing to your members and trying to encourage action to attend an event or a networking opportunity. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So the tone that we would take with someone who's a member, we know those people. We are going to see them face to face. We're going to see them more often than we would someone who is in government or an official. So it's definitely a different tone, maybe a little more personable. How so-and-so heard this happen, or saw this was going on Facebook with someone who's a member who I'll see, and then someone else who's an official, I probably would not say that at all.
And some of it's messaging. Sometimes we say we want it to be fun. We need to catch their eye.
Right.
And it can be a little more playful when you're communicating with members. Unless it's a critical issue that you're trying to push forward, or you're communicating with legislators where you want to be a little more factual, a little more formal. Mm-hmm. And I would say also it's critical to kind of get to the point and early on say what you need or what you're asking. Sometimes we get letters or communications from other people in other organizations where they spend the first 2-3 paragraphs talking about other stuff than what they actually want from us. Mm-hmm. And sometimes by the time you get to what they actually want, you may have quit reading the email or the letter because you're not sure what they're asking for.
So making the ask early.
Oh, yes.
And putting it at the forefront of the communication.
First 2 sentences, hopefully in the first one.
Mm-hmm. I like it. And let's talk about channel. Do you always email members, representatives, or do you sometimes just pick up the phone or go see them in person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do all of it. So seeing people in person, calling, and email.
I personally prefer calling over email because there's a lot of nuance you can pick up on a phone call, and you can clarify a lot of things in a phone call, whereas an email, they can get a little long-winded trying to explain anything that could be complicated. And if we're talking on the phone, I can usually pick up on you might not understand what I'm trying to say, or you might not want to hear what I've got to say. And if I can pick that up on the phone, I know how to change text. Mm-hmm. Whereas if it's an email, you don't get any kind of feedback.
So feedback, and then also picking up on those like nonverbal cues. So tone of voice, questions they may ask in person or on the phone that they may not necessarily drop into an email. It's awesome.
And I feel like a phone call, you get it done. Mm-hmm. An email, you might be going back and forth for days.
That is true.
Clarifying and going, what time did you say?
So selecting the right channel depending upon what you're trying to communicate.
True.
Okay, I love it. So let's talk about professional communication in the workplace. A lot of our Business 265 students will either be leaving us after this semester and moving on to their career search, or they will be advancing in their current careers or moving on to a 4-year institution. So when we start talking about professional communication in the workplace, how important is it?
People need to know what you're telling them. Mm-hmm. So in communicating in this office, if we're not clear, we can fail because I thought I was asking somebody to do something, but I didn't communicate that clearly, so they didn't understand what I was asking them to do. Mm-hmm. So, and that would be my fault because I was the one who wasn't clear.
Sure.
So it's really important that you're very clear and concise in those communications.
Absolutely.
And the other side, it's almost like dressing for success too. If you want to succeed in the corporate ladder or in the business world, you don't wear t-shirts and jeans to work. Mm-hmm. You dress like you want to be there, and you dress like you want to be successful. And it's the same thing in communications. If you're communicating like a teenager would to their high school friends in the office, people won't take you as seriously, and your chances for success are not as great as they would be as if you were more professional about your communications.
Absolutely. So really building that personal brand through communication as well.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the hidden gem of the Chamber of Commerce, and that's the network that businesses build within the Chamber of Commerce and employees within those businesses build. I like to refer to it as the hidden job market. So these are jobs that are not necessarily posted on Indeed. They may be about to be posted on Indeed, but they're mentioned in verbal conversation at a networking event. Let's highlight the Chamber and the hidden job market.
Yeah, networking is the big hidden gem, and that is part of what we do all the time. I think
Too much almost.
I think if you relay yourself as a professional, you're going to these events, you're meeting all these different people. People recognize that little, like, oh, I know that they did this here, and every time I've seen them, they've done this, or they've treated everyone like this, and I have an idea, or I want to introduce them to somebody else. So you can definitely use that as a stepping ladder, or, the next time that you are in the process of wanting to change your career, you've already met that person that you needed to meet, and that's the...
And it's indirect.
Yes.
So you and I are networking, and I know Amy's looking to hire somebody. And I think, she would be a good fit for what Amy's looking for.
Yes.
There's it's the what you know and who you know. And the what you know is very important, but the who you know is just as important. Because like you said, a lot of jobs don't get posted, and they get filled before they hit or advertised. So if somebody doesn't know you and know your skill sets that could make that connection for you, you could miss out on those. And there's the other one, that the job may not even be created yet.
Oh.
There are people who will go and they'll meet people through their networks and see their skill sets. And then they'll get back to their office and start thinking, we could use somebody with those skill sets to really move our business forward. So, when you're networking, you may not even know it, but you could be interviewing for a job that hasn't been created yet.
Oh, such good feedback. So I'm hearing a bunch of things. I'm going to highlight them here and we're going to expand. Number one is your personal brand. Always on. Representing who you are authentically, because if you're not authentic, people will know.
Yes.
That 30-second elevator pitch, not salesy, but just knowing who you are, who you represent, and what you can bring to the table, communicating with value. Lastly is relationships. I heard nothing but relationships, building that relationship network.
Yes. And all these people don't have to be your best friends. A lot of them are coworkers, acquaintances, but they know you enough to know who you are, what your strengths are.
Yes.
And if they, most people are good people, and if they run across something that's a good fit for you, they'll probably bring it up and mention either you to the company or tell you that this company's looking for something looking to fill a position that you would be great for.
That's what I found of most value of networking events, especially through the Chamber of Commerce, were those connections. And I always joke, Travis Height with MB Haynes, we feature him in the Marketing 120 course. I was friends with Travis through networking events for years before I even knew what Travis did. I had no need for the services at that point that they had at MB Haynes in the heating and cooling division until many years later, and finally made that connection. But boy, did he establish that trust relationship as kind of an advisor of sorts and a connector. And that's really where the beauty of the Chamber lies. But you also mentioned something super important, and that's a referral. I'll take a referral from a trusted colleague over something posted online any day. Let's talk about that.
I think what you mentioned, trust, is the critical thing. Because when I'm making referrals, it's a reflection on me.
Yes.
So I'm not going to refer Amy to someone to Amy if I don't trust that person's going to deliver the goods and do a good job. So, and as part of your networking and being authentic, you've got to build that trust with people, because it's I think it's critically important. You talk about the good old boys, and if you drill it down to in the positive sense of the good old boys, what it was is people who trusted each other, that could make referrals and feel confident that they weren't going to mess up or do the other party wrong.
So it's almost like a mentor without being a mentor. or a
Yes.
trusted advisor or a colleague, all of the above.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody wants to help out, but they don't want to be embarrassed. So
Absolutely.
you just build that trust.
All right, so now that our Business 265 students are looking at this next step, they've done a little bit of career planning, some job search, and mock interview. They have their career planning documents. Locally in the area, what resources are available for those looking to connect or to search for jobs within the area?
The first stop is the community college itself.
Okay.
When we do job postings, when we're searching, we do communicate with folks at JobLink. They'll, number one, help candidates putting together resumes and putting together the things they need to do to be good candidates. And they're sending out resumes to people like us when we're hiring, so that we've got some people to look at and people who the college has, in many cases, trained. So.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up with your one tip. Are you ready? So we not only have high school students that come through our program, we have college students in our program that may be going to career or four-year institution, but we also have adult learners that are retooling or reskilling. So one tip to assist students as they leave the Business 265 course and start to pursue career planning, job application, interviewing, or upskilling. One big tip.
You can do that one. I'll do communications. And I've only got two. So the first one is the 5 W's.
Okay, what are the
which we
5
all know.
W's?
The who, what, when, why, where, and did I say when? So, but anyway, whenever I'm sending invitations out or meeting notices, and it sounds like it wouldn't work, and that you wouldn't forget things. But before I send it, I do the who, what, when, why, and where. So, and I'd be surprised, it's a few times a year I'll find out, I did all that and I didn't tell them what day it was.
Yes.
Or I did all that and I didn't tell them why we were meeting. So I do that one little test, and it's pretty simple: who, what, when, why, where, and when, and you make sure all those are in your communications, and you're set to go.
Perfect.
And the other one is a lot of communications. Sometimes you get stuck.
Okay.
And I have found that you go and start writing about the part you wanted to write about, that you know about, and somehow magically the other stuff starts to fill in. So you've got your framework, your open, your middle, meat, and then your close. And if you're stuck on one, start writing on the one that you're comfortable with, and then everything else starts flowing, and it just somehow magically comes together.
Because we do get lots of emails, and sometimes emails, the subject line, you said it earlier, like don't forget your subject line. Me personally, when I'm sending out an email to anybody, it doesn't matter if I saw them yesterday, 2 hours ago, or I haven't seen them in a while. I always put Henderson Co-Chamber so they know who it's from,
Okay.
what I'm going to ask them or talk to them about. So like Teacher of the Year is coming up, and then I put the date, like May 1st. That way they know, they already have who's emailing me, what are they emailing me about, and like when is it. To me, that is just important as a communication, because I do a lot of communications. That's important to me. I want to know exactly what I'm about to open.
Absolutely.
And then when it comes to just a tip, because you're about to get done with class, know your people. If you don't know your people to network, you need to grow that. Definitely come out to an event or so, meet some new people that you didn't normally meet, because you never know who is going to get you where.
Okay,
And we can be kind of helpful.
You
So
can.
if you're out looking for work, call us.
Okay.
We would welcome people to come to an after hours and network and meet folks. I mean, our whole thing is about connecting,
right.
and we certainly don't want to have people out there unable to connect through our networks.
Sure. Before I even pursued one of my first careers, moving back to Western North Carolina with a local Chamber of Commerce, I attended some of their morning networking events just to make sure that A, it was the right fit for me, and start to develop that kind of network base. And I was super young out of my career at that time, but I wanted to establish a presence before I even put in an application for a job. So that's awesome.
And we do have lots of people who might be between jobs or job seeking. And they call, and we allow them to come as guests to
That's
business after
awesome.
hours and AM power hour.
So encouraging them to start networking before they even apply.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for your time. I'm grateful
you.
for the opportunity to speak with you all.
Oh, this was fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Into a circle.
Sit.
That's perfect.
You sit. You shake.
Make him spin.
You spin. Sit. Down. Hey! That's my chip.
The low hanging chip.
You turd. Sit. Shake. Other paw. Down. Stay.